Are you excited?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring out the guest, and when she comes over, if you can just slide over. But at any time during the conversation, if you have a question, just hop right in there. Okay? All right, good enough. You don't know anything about helium in Oklahoma?
No, I don't.
You know, when I drove across there, I thought, man, that's exciting. Helium right here in Oklahoma, and it stayed with me all these years.
A lot of people get high there, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, have a sip of your beverage there. Yeah. You know, ladies and gentlemen, just a year ago, our first guest was making her living as a stand-up comedian. Now she is the star of her own blockbuster hit television show entitled Ellen. Please do me a favor. Welcome to the program, Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen! Welcome to the program. Bonnie Williams.
Nice to see you, Bonnie.
She's from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes.
Ever been to Oklahoma?
Oh, sure.
I bet you've worked there, haven't you?
Many times,
yeah.
Yes.
How are things going? What's new with you?
Things are great.
Yeah.
Just glad to be back in New York, and I always love coming here. Last time I was here, I had that cab experience.
Oh, there's always a cab experience.
Well, this guy was out of his mind, and then I came in last night, and I just always seem to be welcome to New York in the most typical New York way. First of all, you sent a limo driver, which is really nice. That's very exciting.
We would have it no other way.
Well, thank you.
You deserve the finest.
Thank you very much. So I get off, and there's like all these people with signs, which you just go right to them. It's sort of like, you know, a valet thing. You know, a guy with a red jacket, you give him the keys to a $40,000 car. You just assume, well, this is safe. And there are people with signs everywhere, and there's this, you know, some are better than others. Some are just, you know, like ripped cardboard with pasted out, you know, letters from magazines spelling your name, which are frightening. So the guy takes my luggage, and it was kind of a weird sign anyway, but he has that hat on, so you trust him.
Sure.
Which, you know...
The limo hat.
Right, so you think
it's designed to instill trust.
Right. It's official. And it could, you know, he could have bought it at the snack shop. I have no idea. So he takes my luggage, and he just takes off. He starts walking so fast that I think, well, he's in a hurry, but I started questioning if he really just was taking off with my luggage.
Right.
And I'm following him out there. This really has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just telling you. So we get to the parking lot, and he gets into a little tiff with another limo driver. I don't know how it started, but somehow they started fighting. And it was funny to me, so I laughed, and then my limo driver laughed, and the guy fighting with the limo driver, the other limo driver says, "You think it's funny? I kill you with one punch to your stupid head."
Or the old stupid head. Sure. Wow.
I thought that was the most hilarious thing.
Yeah.
I kill you with one punch. I don't do accents, but anyway, that's what he said. And
wait a minute, you're saying the guy had an accent then, huh?
Was that not an accent at all?
I don't know. No, it was an accent.
It was sort of,
Did he have a ponytail? I like that little interaction with her. That's a cute way.
I'm glad to have Bonnie here.
We all are.
Yeah. And,
ponytail?
Sure, I do. And where's Randy? Where'd he go?
He's getting pizza.
Okay.
Ellen. He's fine. Randy's taking care of the refreshments tonight. Well, anyway, we're happy to have you here. You know, I saw you at a couple of weeks ago in Los Angeles. You were hosting the Emmys. I thought you did a great job.
Thank you very much.
Was it fun? It was a huge responsibility.
You know, actually, it was. This is exactly how I got the job. I was outside at a payphone, and it rang. And no, I'm kidding. I was the fifth caller. So anyway, you know, I'd never even been to the Emmys. I'm brand new to this business, really.
It's silly, isn't it?
Well, I was very impressed. I mean, I'd been watching the Emmys for years, and I'm on stage hosting. I'd never been, and I'm suddenly on stage looking into this audience of...
It's a very special night, nonetheless.
Well, yes. Yeah. I mean, to me, you know...
It goes around the world, doesn't it?
It goes to several places, yes. I don't know exactly.
Now, I thought it was like a global telecast.
Oh, then it is, yes. Yeah, it is global. Yes, they say it went to 85 countries.
Well, that's what I was getting
at. That's global. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Did you know that it went to globally?
Did it come to Tulsa?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, there you go. Did you see Ellen on the
I
Emmy?
sure did.
Well,
yes.
that's great. Didn't she do a nice job?
Yes.
You know what I liked was when she went out and you talked to the audience outside. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. What part did you like?
Where you went up. When you went up to the people at the very top of the auditorium and they said, "Who don't you know?"
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was right. That's funny. She remembered a joke of yours. That's great.
Good. And that was a rare one that people remember. That I thought just was kind of set up to a joke, and she remembered the setup.
That's
which
right.
Is good.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So you enjoyed yourself then?
Yeah, I did. Because I was on stage looking at all these heroes. I mean, there's Candice Bergen and James Garner and Angela Lansbury and Carol Burnett all just sound asleep. And I'm thinking, no, but they were all encouraging. They're like, you know, smiling at me and giving me the thumbs up and winking at me and stuff. And during commercial break, I'd stand there right before we'd go live, and everybody was doing different things just subtly. And all of a sudden, I hear this, "Hey!" And I could tell it was Roseanne. And I'm looking around, and Roseanne's in the front row, and right before we go on, she goes, "You're funny." And
Oh, that's good.
Which
That's
was
good,
very
yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
except she said the same thing to John Lithgow later on when he was standing out. And I thought she's just throwing that out to anybody, which is still very nice. But, you know, I was like, right before I went on, so it kind of threw me a little bit.
But if it's Roseanne, wouldn't it, strictly speaking, be more like, instead of you said it was hey, it would be more like, hey!
Yes. See, I don't do accents or anything. I'm so bad. It's exactly like that. It was very...
Ooh, man, I can hardly wait for that pizza. We got to do a commercial, kids. We'll be right back with Ellen DeGeneres. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Nice to see you. Ellen DeGeneres is on the program. Also, Dolly Parton. Man, I'm telling you, that's a pretty good show. Are you excited and proud to be a part of this one?
Really proud.
And this woman is Bonnie Williams. Her husband, Randy, is out getting snacks for us, ladies and gentlemen. What else were we talking about? There he is, right there. That looks about right, doesn't it? What else were we talking about? You,
Can I just, I'm thrilled to be on this show, but last time I was on with Raquel Welch, and now I'm on with Dolly Parton. I'm always on with these, like, sex symbol
Lovely
type
women,
people.
yeah.
And I know for a fact that you try to book a well-rounded show, and I'm just wondering, I feel like I represent sort of
let me just set you straight on one thing, Ellen. Every night there's a sex symbol on this show. Anyway, so do you get any vacations? Do you get some time off? I mean, you're right in the middle of your big season. You're working very hard producing your show.
Yeah, but you are a sex symbol.
Oh, please, it's a joke.
But it was not to me. Yeah, no, I have a little time off. I mean, I had a week before the Emmys but I was just rehearsing for the Emmys the entire time. And I couldn't stay at home because I was getting a new roof put on my house.
A new roof?
Yes.
Oh, that's a huge proposition.
It was I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And then they said, you have to move out because it's a mess. And
Well, you got a roof, yeah.
Yes. Well, I thought there'd be plywood or something.
How old is the house that you had to replace the roof?
It's actually, well, I don't know. It may be 15 years old.
Was it leaking?
It may be a year old. No, we live. I don't.
It ought to be in the contract somewhere. You could run that down.
The house is brand new. I'm thinking that's what you made me think that.
But an old roof.
But how'd the roof stay? Anyway, we live. We live in a fire area in the hills, so it was a wood shake roof. So
Shake roof,
now we
yeah.
put a hay roof on, so it's better. No, so we put a new roof on. I had to stay somewhere else, and we came back, and now there are millions of ants. Somehow ants have taken. Oh, sure, the ants.
Yeah.
Is that something that happens?
Well, they came in with the carpenters. They're carpenter ants.
They are. Well, then that's what they are.
That's exactly what they are.
So they're still working, you're saying? They're doing something.
They're doing the finish work for it. They're doing some of that fine detail
that
work.
I can't see.
That's right.
Well, I feel so guilty for killing them now because.
Oh, no. You shouldn't have done that.
There are just so many of them, and we had some before, but now there are way, way too many, and I am killing them, and I really feel bad about that because I don't normally kill anything.
No, I don't like doing that either.
But you do it?
Well, I'll have someone do it.
Oh, I see.
I'll get in the car and drive around for an hour or two, and when I come home,
I don't want to know
no
about
ants.
it.
Yes, that's right.
You just take care of it.
Yeah, if there's an accident, don't tell me.
That's right.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. It's a little uncomfortable.
Right,
Yeah.
because, and I started really thinking about this because I love animals so much. It's because they're so tiny and you cannot see their eyes. Because I felt like if somehow all of a sudden I saw their little faces going, you know, like that, right before I'm like, kill you with one punch to your little head, you know, just kind of, then I would feel guilty.
Yeah.
But because I normally am like, I'm crazy in the neighborhood that I live in. I think people are starting to catch on. I always find stray dogs, and I try to save them because I'm
I do that. I have a history of that.
Do you?
Yep.
Does it happen often?
Pull them out. Yeah, it happens like 2 or 3 times a year. You'll see one in the road and so forth.
I see them all the time, though, and I've done this before. Seriously, I'll take a dog, and I'll have it for 2 days and have signs everywhere, and the person calls, and I'll say, where do you live? And they say where they live, and I say, well, that's where I found it. It was on the lawn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I actually took...
I did that once. Took it to the vet. Took it about 10 miles away, and it was at the vet's.
I gave it shots. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
they said, oh, this is Lucy. She lives at, oh, well, that's where I found her.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, anyway, so recently, about a month ago, I was driving on Mulholland in a very windy area, and there's a lot of traffic, and it was getting to be rush hour. There was a dog in the middle of the road, and no one was stopping. So I get out, and people are honking at me and screaming at me, and I'm trying to call this dog, and it's running away from me. I could see it was kind of, you know, scared, and it looked sort of weird. And I'm going, come on, come on. I'm trying to all the different noises, because everyone calls their dogs differently, so I'm trying clucking, anything at all.
Okay, so some chicken blood in the dog.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, it was a coyote. And I'm like, I almost had the coyote in my car. I was going to bring it home to my dogs.
You're lucky it didn't knock you down and eat you.
Yes, I am.
The show's doing well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Your
it is.
big blockbuster Ellen show.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready to go back to work. Thank you very much for coming. I know you're quite busy. Say goodnight to Bonnie.
Bonnie, thank you.
Ellen DeGeneres, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here.